Good evening, my friends. We are live. This is Live Free or Die. Thank you for joining me. It is Saturday, August 10th, 2013. And, we're just going to lead off today with some horrific news. This story actually came out earlier last week. And, basically, toddler dies in CPS captivity after being taken from marijuana smoking parents. And yes, you can just look this up at Infowars.com or just check out the Texas news down there. Basically, a 2-year-old toddler was taken away from her parents because a neighbor, a Stottsy snitch neighbor, basically called up and said the parents were smoking marijuana, and the Williamstown County, I believe, police department basically got children's services involved, and they took the kid and put the kid in a foster home, which actually the foster parent was convicted earlier sometime previously of dealing marijuana. So they take the child from parents who's smoking marijuana, and they give it to a person who used to sell marijuana, and then that person bashes the 2-year-old's brains in. Let's just go to the graphic picture, because everyone needs to see what happens when Children's Services takes your child. And this is why I would never ever let those child kidnapping bastards lay a finger on my children. Enough of that, please. I just needed you to see. Thank you. And I hope you're outraged as much as I am, because the ACS and any children's services, it's just ridiculous. You're 7 times more likely to be abused in their care than in the care of their parents. And it's just a sad, sad story. So I thought you should know. And always fight. Always fight when these bastards come to your house and demand entry. You tell them no. You can speak to my lawyer, and you can speak to my pediatrician, but no, you cannot enter my house. You cannot look at my child's naked body. No, you cannot. You evil scumbags. Unbelievable. All right, let's move on to the next story. This is we're going to be talking about the gentleman called Brandon Darby. Moving on, because I really can't. That story, like I just talked about, really makes me sick to my stomach. So I really just got to move on from that really quickly, because I have 3 children of my own. And let's just talk about this next scumbag, Brandon Darby, who basically is an FBI snitch. He goes around to events like Occupy Wall Street and infiltrates the protesters and basically incites sometimes riots, sometimes he's an informant, provocateur, agitator, rabble-rouser, and also he's known as a snitch. And that's him right there. If you don't know him, now you do. So if you see him in any protest out here in New York City especially, you call him out for who he is. And that is a rat bastard snitch, a provocateur, riot-starting scumbag. Yes, and and I like to thank a good self me for this great news. She writes at listmy5.com. Thank her for that great article. All right. So there you go. Now you know what the scumbag looks like. All right, moving on to my next story here. This is from Aiden Salazar at Infowars.com. Veterans sue city over takedown of Gadsden flag. Basically, a town in New Rochelle, New York, actually, the city council. It's a similar flag to this one here, but it's yellow. I play it. I usually have it up on my show once in a while. It's the yellow flag, and basically they voted to take it down, saying that it's linked to the Tea Party. This is a Tea Party flag. The Tea Party created the flag, when actually this is a naval flag, a Revolutionary War naval flag, and the city council of New Rochelle has disgraced the honor and all the soldiers who have bled and died for that flag by demanding it get taken down because supposedly it's a Tea Party flag. Apparently, the New Rochelle City Council does not know their American history. So they're scum. Yeah. Give them a call and tell them that they are scum of the earth. And why don't you give me a call? Like I said, we are live. The number is 212-245-7273. 212-245-7273. All right. Speaking of fallen soldiers, on the Alex Jones show yesterday, they had the father of one of the SEAL Team 6 members. I forget the name. Michael Strange, that's right. SEAL Team Member 6, Michael Strange, was murdered in a piece of crap helicopter that they sent, I think, 22 SEALs up in. And, it blew up. Apparently, it blew up. Apparently, Al-Qaeda shot this plane down, or this piece of crap helicopter down in the middle of night with an RPG from, like, 1,900 feet away, which is nearly impossible, they say. So a lot of the SEAL Team 6, a lot of SEAL Team 3, a lot of the family members of the Navy SEAL Team say that their sons were murdered. And the evidence just goes to point out that this may be, in fact, the truth. Because they were trying... Basically, they were going to expose the fact that the Osama bin Laden raid was a farce, okay? You got President Obama locking up whistleblowers, but then has Hollywood screen guys interviewing military officers, CIA officers for his little SEAL Team 6 film, whatever the hell that name, that damn film was. I didn't even watch it. I'm not even going to waste a minute of my time watching such false propaganda. Always question everything. You must question what's going on here, because you have people like Dianne Feinstein, the senator of California, who says that if you're not paid a salary, you're not a journalist. Yes, so they are definitely trying to take away our free speech any way they can. So we must stand up and fight any way we can. Because they're just coming at us at all sides, and it's just sad. Confirmed. Next story: Kurt Nemo and Alex Jones. Confirmed. Benghazi was a cover-up of arms transfer to Al Qaeda. Yes, you all remember Benghazi, where the Ambassador Stevens was murdered, and of course 3 former Navy SEALs were murdered. And basically you got whistleblowers exposing the real story on alternative news media, basically saying Ambassador Stevens and the people in Benghazi, this faction of the CIA, were actually murdered to cover up a weapons and arms transfer, you see, because they were shipping heat-seeking missiles into Syria and into Afghanistan. Probably one of these missiles, shot down SEAL Team 6. And soon, who knows, they'll probably send Al-Qaeda here in the States to shoot down our planes, because this is what they want. They want order out of chaos. They want to put fear, instill fear in you. And we all know the government basically funds Al-Qaeda, okay? It's just a sad day. I don't know. I'm very sad today. I'm very, very upset, maybe because of that first article. But give me a call, 212-245-7273. Yes, Al-Qaeda is bought and paid for by the U.S. government. If you did not know, now you know. All right, moving on to my next story. Global cooling, not warming, is Earth's coming threat. basically the Washington Examiner's Paul Bredard writes, the war between former Vice President Al Gore and his critics over global warming is about to hit the boiling point, with a new claim that sun-influenced climate change is shifting into reverse, with the Earth poised to head into a period of cooling that will end the rise of the oceans. This actually kind of makes sense because the sun is actually making a flip every 11 years or something like that. And the Earth cools and warms up, so it makes sense. Global warming is a farce. Apparently, we have a phone call. Let's go to it. Caller, you are on the air.
Oh, hello.
Hey, what's on your mind, brother?
Did you watch the Obama speech yesterday?
No, I did not. I'm not going to waste my time listening to his lies, but I should have so I could decipher them.
Oh, yeah, he was talking about the NSA spy program that he wants to shut some of them down.
He wants to shut some of them down. I heard he was on Jay Leno, basically stating that we do not spy on Americans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They only do it when they have their specific evidence and threat and all that. But really, you can't prove who's a terrorist or not. There's thousands of people. Are you, spying on the right people?
They're spying on everyone, Steve. They're moving away from Al-Qaeda, and they're focusing on the American.
Yeah, but the main focus was with the NSA.
Yes, the NSA has a file on every one of us, Steve. There's nothing we can do except voice our opinions, get in their face, and get them to shut down these damn programs that are illegally violating our Fourth Amendment.
So that makes all of us like a threat. Like if you speak out against them, what they're doing, you really can't.
According to the Department of Homeland Security, we are a threat.
Exactly.
According to the Department of Homeland Security, I am a domestic terrorist.
Like whether you're protesting or ethnic religion.
I believe in citizen journalism. I believe in free speech. I believe in free media.
Exactly.
I believe in the First Amendment, Steve, so that makes me a terrorist. I believe in what my forefathers stated. I have those same like-minded ideas, so that makes me a bad guy.
Exactly.
That makes you a terrorist too, Steve. Did you know that? You're a domestic terrorist?
That domestic terror? You mean like across seas?
Yes, you're a terrorist, Steve. They're going to take you and put you in a FEMA camp.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah. Mm-hmm. Like if you speak out when it's sort of like a global police thing.
Yeah, they're coming for you. Anything else on your mind, brother?
Oh, yeah. What about there was something else that I was talking about. Because I know, getting back with what Obama is saying now, I have a little mixed reaction with this guy because, first of all, I don't trust what he says because he's really, beating around the bush on this, what this NSA, he's trying to assure Americans, which is a bunch of BS, that, that these things are not spying on Americans and all that, but really they are spying on Americans.
No, absolutely. They're spying on everyone.
It's all about mind control. That's what it is, Just want to make you think what they want you to think without getting the real picture here.
Well, that's what they do, Steve. That's what they do.
Exactly.
All right, brother. Well, I appreciate the call, man.
All right, take care, man.
All right, have a good one. All right, that was Steve. Another great call right there by Steve. I want to move on to this next story. But before that, if anybody else wants to give me a call, 212-245-7273. We're live. It is August 10th, 2013, Saturday. Give me a call, people. All right, next story. Tarzneff narrative changed. Instead of radical Muslim, Tamerlan, a right-wing extremist. Yes, do you guys remember the Boston bomber, right? And remember he had some ties to some Al-Qaeda faction in Russia, I believe. Well, now they're saying that he actually read the writings of our founding fathers and was more of a right-wing Republican type of guy or Tea Party type of guy. You see how they're making the switch here incrementally. And even that scumbag from the Young Turks, Cenk, whatever the hell his name is now interjecting these thoughts on us, basically trying to push us away from the boogeyman, Al Qaeda and Osama bin Laden, to the domestic side. I can tell you firsthand, people who think like me, people who love the Constitution, people who are free-minded, just like-minded, real liberal, or nonviolent until, you put your hands on myself or my children, then we become Malcolm X. And by any means necessary, we will defend our freedoms. It's only natural, self-preservation, as Malcolm said. But, yeah, that's why they kill people like Malcolm. They kill people like Martin. They kill people like Kennedy, because these are people who can actually make a difference. And how many more of us can they kill? They keep killing people like me. They killed Michael Hastings, the reporter, shut up his wife. They killed Brett Bart. They killed SEAL Team 6. It's just a sad day, I tell you. And moving on now. I actually want to talk about this website. If you're tired of living in this tyrannical city, and maybe you want to move to a live free or die state, maybe we should go to New Hampshire, the live free or die state. So I suggest you go to freestateproject.org, and they're trying to get 20,000 participants to sign up and move to New Hampshire. As you can see there, they have 14,657 people already signed up, and basically all they're asking for is like-minded people who believe in freedom. It doesn't matter your color, your race, your creed, or what you believe in, as long as you believe in freedom and the Constitution. And you can go to this website and sign up. And hopefully we can get enough people to get the hell out of here. All right, thank you for that. And give it a shot. I read a lot about New Hampshire, and it's actually the freest state in the country. No seatbelt law, no helmet law, even though it wouldn't be wise to drive around without a seatbelt and a helmet, but that should be your decision. That should be your right. You don't have to get car insurance, even though 90% of the residents do have car insurance, but you don't have to if you don't want to. This is the type of place I want to live in. You're allowed to bear arms and walk around openly with a gun on your hip to protect yourself and your family, which is our Second Amendment, our right to bear arms. So, yeah, check out that website, and let's get enough people signed up to move down to New Hampshire, damn it. All right, let's see what else we got out here. Plenty of news. I just got the newest issue of InfoWars magazine, and on the cover they had Trayvon Martin. Half of the face was Trayvon Martin, half was Zimmerman, and it said divide and conquer. And basically, it pointed out how the media and the government is using this tragedy to divide and conquer, because George Zimmerman wasn't even white technically; he was Hispanic, and they're blaming white people for the death of this young kid. So you can't let the media fool you into race baiting, and what we need to do is just come together as Americans, as human beings, and learn about our American history, about our American heritage. Learn about how the greatest economic growth that this country has ever had was actually from this right after the Civil War until the year 1913. Now, the year 1913 is the very year the Federal Reserve was put in place. The same year the IRS and the federal income tax was put in place as well. Now, in my opinion and many other opinions, this is how the redcoats, the English, came back and won the Revolutionary War by basically taking over our monetary system, instituting these central private banks. Yes, you may say private, but it's federal. No, federal, it's not federal whatsoever. The Federal Reserve is as Federal Express. It's not federal whatsoever. It is a private central bank owned by the super elite, and it is based out of London, England. And they tax us to print our own money. This is why we have a $16 trillion debt. And I think it's a $60 trillion debt because they're lying to us, okay? They're flat out lying to us. And it's time we got to take our money back. We got to write off the debt like Iceland did, put the banksters in jail, put them on trial, and, propose the right sentences, It is just sad. Let's talk about this new movie. Moving on now, Elysium. I haven't seen it, but apparently we have a phone call. Maybe this person saw Elysium. Let's see what he's about. Caller, you're on the air.
Okay, how you doing, sir?
Turn him up a little. All right, go ahead.
How's everything?
Speak up a little.
Okay, how's everything?
Very good. Go ahead.
Here we go. First off, you better believe it is that we're being lied to. In this game of power politics, these guys, what you so-called elite, they've been putting all these lies into place. And as far as us being robbed, yeah, when this so-called financial crisis took place back in 2008, yeah, Goldman Sachs, which has been at the forefront in the so-called financial crisis, hoarding all the money that, we as Americans are losing, these so-called investment houses. Okay? Another but more houses, basically for these robber barons, while we're paying debt, that they go out and wildcat our money in all kind of different interests. Now, as far as this president is concerned, with this National Defense Authorization Act that he signed into law, which took away more of our freedom surreptitiously. This is why, when you talk about this whole George Zimmerman, Trayvon Martin thing, we should never get caught up in the manipulation of our race, because it's not about race, white or black. It's about rich or poor. They don't give a good goddamn about many white people out here, man. Are you kidding me? So bottom line is, we better pay attention to what this president is doing along with these robber barons and these investment houses, which are putting us more and more in debt. Wow. We talk about Al Qaeda. Now, as far as Al Qaeda is concerned, let me answer this. This is a little etymology for you. The term Al Qaeda means the Illuminati. See, bear in mind, we're dealing with varying factions of the Illuministic family, from Arab, white, Hispanic. There are different factions, and they're at war with each other while we get caught in the crossfire. That's just what you think about. When we talk about Al Qaeda, all we're dealing with is an Arab faction of the Illuminati family in war with other families, and they all jockeying on who's going to be God on earth. So take care of yourself and keep doing what you're doing. Peace.
Peace, brother. Appreciate the call. A little bit of feedback there, but I was able to get most of what he was saying, and a very interesting theory, very interesting view right there. I like to look at all options. I like to look, open up the playbook and see what the hell's going on, and the guy makes sense. I mean, it's what the old kings and queens used to do way back in the day, when the king of France and the king of England, their people started to uprise. So what the kings used to do is call on each other to have a war with each other to quell their little revolutions. But apparently that didn't work during the French Revolution when they were off with King Louis's head. Yeah, I tell you. Yeah, it's time, people. It's time we all stand up, take back our liberty, take back our freedom. We need to. It's even like Malcolm X said, man. We need to save the Constitution. Save the Constitution. Okay. It's just important that we study and understand what our forefathers. Read the writings of Benjamin Franklin, read the writings of Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, John Adams, and understand your American heritage. Because if this is the greatest country in the world that you love so much, then you need to understand what these people fought and died for, what these people risked their sacred honor for, their lives, their liberty, their wealth, and their sacred honor, as they say and stated. And as George Washington once said, if every man were armed, it would be very hard for evil to interfere. So guns deserve a place of good, or a place of honor with all that's good, actually. And I'm paraphrasing there, of course. But General Washington was the greatest president to ever live, in my opinion, because they offered him the kingship and he turned it down. And what man would turn down a kingship? I mean, come on. Apparently George Washington did, and he said no, every president should have a 4-year to 8-year term, and that's that. All right, people. Looks like we'll be running out of time in about a minute. I thank you all for watching. I thank you for listening. Please join me next week and every week, every Saturday here live on the Manhattan Neighborhood Network. You can go to mnn.org. Watch me worldwide. Like I said, every Saturday at 6, RCN 85, Time Warner 67, and the Files 36. Every Saturday at 6. Or you can go to my YouTube channel, Live Free or Die, MNN, to watch my repeats and my past shows. Or you can write me at my P.O. Box, 37432 East 14th Street, New York, New York, 1009. And that's it, folks. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. God bless America. God save the Constitution. And if you have received this transmission, then you are the resistance. I'd like to thank all the callers. Thank you. We're out.